Oh, snap. Look who's back. Alright, guys. Starting up a new game in the series of Jordo's Classics, and what better game to start with right now than with SLY 3, Honor Among Thieves. We've already beaten SLY, Cooper and the Thieves Raccoonus. Beaten SLY 2, Band of Thieves. Why not go straight into SLY 3? Quick little recap on the first two games. First one, the Thieves Raccoonus. It's a book about SLY's family and how to be a thief. 5 people came into his house when he was a kid. Murked his dad, unfortunately, and then they stole his book. So what does he end up doing? Defeats all 5, gets his book back. Game 2 is based around the first, or it takes off right after the first game, and at the end of the first game they defeated a villain called Clockwork. He was the last one. He'd been around for generations, terrorizing the Cooper family. He was defeated, but in the second game, Clockwork parts got stolen. So what do we have to do? We have to go steal those bad boys back. We go through the whole game, we get them all stolen back, and we ended up destroying those parts so that way they can never be used again. So SLY 3 has nothing to do with Clockwork. First game in the trilogy that has nothing to do with him. So that's good. We're starting off brand new. That being said, I say we just get right into this. However, before we do that, as always, guys, please be sure to like and subscribe. It's a great free way to help the channel and helps me out with the algorithm. That being said, let's get into this brand new game. Brand new to you guys. SLY looks the same, but obviously Bentley looks a little different.
Roger, Bentley. I'm starting my approach. Getting over these fortress walls shouldn't be a problem. Look, we're running 5x5 here. Make sure everyone's in sync.
I hear that. Artillery, sure you can make that shot?
I endeavor not to miss.
Excellent. Radio control.
In position.
Recovery team.
On pump!
Submersibles. Showtime, baby. Telekinetics. All right, it's the crime of the century and the ball's in motion.
Alright, guys, so we're on a random South Pacific island. As you can see, the team now has 5 full members. The other 3 were blacked out. So the only 2 that we saw were SLY and Bentley. So it looks like we're going to want another member. We just heard her voice again. She's going to be helping out with these guys. More RC choppers like in the second game. Some elephants here. There's another new member. Also, I was going to do like a full-on recap of the last game, but SLY will do a lot of that. This is the intro of the third game, you know. This game also only came out a year after the second one did, whereas the second one took 2 years to come out after the first one. So I didn't have to wait as long for this one.
All requesting door via Agent Monarch. Over.
Launching. Stand clear.
There was another new member.
Visual confirmation on the door. Nice shooting.
Hey, look at that, more coins.
Ball is nearing the lab. Agent Deep 6, you ready?
Sphere gun loaded.
You guys hear that other new member?
Agent
There he is out there.
deploy.
So as you guys can see, since this has a, we're adding new members, a lot of this game is just going to be basically about assembling a new team.
Force fields down. Strong work, Deep 6.
We'll say the thing I miss most is the paraglider.
Doing, Richards?
Oh, very well.
Bad
Dr.
guy.
M. Thank you for asking. Very thoughtful.
And your son, what's his name? Mike?
Mark, sir. He's well too, yeah?
Talking to this guy about his wife and kids.
Shame you won't be seeing them again.
Sir?
Afraid I poisoned your drink at lunch. Sorry, Richards, but I don't tolerate poor performance. You should have changed the security code from 1, 2, 3 after you installed the new system.
I'll improve, I swear.
No, you'll die any second now.
Oh,
He's just killed a man with a wife and kids over a security code that we changed.
Yes? Water leaking into the lab? I'm on my way down. Oh, then get a janitor for the lab elevator. Richards got sloppy.
Oh boy. Dude's merciless.
Cooper Vault is just across these wires.
Cooper Vault.
To your position for the loot haul. Over.
Pretty big map. He said it was 1, 2, 3. Hey, they brought this back from the first game.
You must be Sly Cooper, the new keeper of the cane. Oh, how I long for this.
This vault belongs to the Cooper family. You're trespassing.
No, my naive boy, you're trespassing. I've got the deed to this island. This fortress is mine. Everything here is mine, which now proves the key to
Nope.
the vault.
Ellie's in a wheelchair.
and the cane.
Sorry, pal. Family heirloom. Buy a knockoff at the gift shop.
Quick, let's regroup with the others. Follow me.
How'd Bentley get up here?
We're in trouble.
I can't
Hell of a
let you
jump.
leave. You belong
Especially for a
to
dude in a
me.
wheelchair.
Jump for it. This is bad.
Thank you for knocking that down.
This place.
Dang, the whole lab's underwater now.
Not much time. The tunnel's gonna go. Hurry.
So Sly's clearly faster than Bentley when they're both sprinting.
We're almost home free. The boat's just up ahead.
Jeez. What the hell is that?
There's no escape, Cooper.
First boss fight, that was quick.
Fly.
They didn't do much damage on him.
I expected more.
It's not working. Save yourself.
If he wants to eat this.
Just throwing a cane out like that.
Sly, no! Hold on, Sly. Hold on.
It was like they always say. Your life really does flash before your eyes. There it all was, stretching back to my childhood. Born into a family of master thieves that went back for generations, I was next in line to continue the Cooper name. But fate had different plans. I was robbed of my childhood when a ruthless gang attacked our home. The orphanage I landed in wasn't all bad. It was there that I met my lifelong friends. Bentley, he's always been the thinker. And Murray, he's the doer. We'd stuck together over the years, and our skill, our confidence, and our thieving reputation grew stronger with each heist. We thought that the good times would never end, and that our luck would never run out. Which only made things tougher when the odds finally caught up with us. Then I met this guy, McSweeney, who claimed to have run with my father's crew back in their heyday. They pulled jobs all over the world and amassed quite a collection of priceless items. It was then that McSweeney told me all about the Cooper Vault. It seemed that my father, like all my ancestors, had been hiding their wealth in a secret place for generations, each one adding to the treasure hidden behind a door that, if McSweeney's story is true, only a Cooper can open. Using some well-placed clues provided by McSweeney, we set out for the secret island that held the vault. On arriving, we discovered someone by the name of Dr. M had already set up shop. From the looks of it, he'd been trying to crack the thing for years, growing steadily more frustrated in his failures and more paranoid as the decades rolled by. He built himself a fortress with security as tight as Fort Knox. Getting inside the place would take precision, creativity, and moreover, it would take an army of world-class thieves. Finding and bringing together that much talent won't be easy, but to get inside the Cooper Vault and collect my inheritance, I was willing to pay the price.
What an intro. Alright, so it looks like the point of this one is we're going to be building up a team to break in the Cooper Vault. So with all of that, looks like this was all just kind of a prequel kind of thing. So here's the new menu as well. It's not the same thing as the episodes. Obviously there's a co-op mode in this game too. We're not going to be doing that because it's just me. But this was the beginning here. So we're doing a little, 3 weeks earlier type of thing with this. Hazard room, we are going to have to go through that. It's just a tutorial. Let's just go through that really quick. And after that, that'll be the end of this video because I just kind of wanted to do the intro for you guys.
If we're gonna make it to the Cooper Vault, we'll need to perfect our thieving skills. I've rigged this place to push us to our limits.
I'm guessing these levers start the different trainers.
That's right. Each will initiate a streamlined crash
These
course
guys are
in
acting like I
grand
didn't just play this
larceny.
game.
I'll
Didn't
head
play
to
Sly 2 and Sly
control,
1
and we'll
the
get
last
things
2 weeks.
started.
Come on.
Dish it out. I'm ready.
Okay, all great thieves have one thing in common.
A ton of cash?
No, they never
Yes.
get lost. Use the right analog stick to look around the hazard room. Try to find the Cooper gang marker I'm projecting. Great. Now press down on the L.
This game does look a little bit more polished than the last one.
That's handy.
I agree. These holographic
Same thing as
markers
last
are an
game.
invaluable tool for finding
Yeah,
your
so
way
like the
around
gameplay on
the
this
field.
one,
Notice how the
there were
logo
no
shows
real
the
improvements
destination.
on it. It more feels like just because there was such a drastic difference between Sly 1 and Sly 2. It almost feels more like this one, and also this came out less than a year after Sly 2 came out. So it almost feels more like an add-on to Sly 2, if I'm being honest with you
Provided he
guys.
doesn't break his neck getting up
I mean, there's only so much you can kind of continue to improve on. Like, there's a lot of games that were like that. Like the Jak and Daxter games, they kind of come up for me. Like the gameplay of the first Jak and Daxter games, it all had to do with certain abilities that you have with, you're finding
All right,
different,
Bentley.
they call it
What's
eco,
next?
which is just like different colors that gives you different attacks and things like that. But then all of a sudden, Jak 2 has like guns and stealing cars and doing things like that. So obviously very different, right? So, but then Jak 3 was a lot of the same exact gameplay as Jak 2. So there's only so much you can kind of change from 2 to 3, essentially, versus, 1 to 2. Like, so I get it. Like, there's only so much they can add on or throw together, things along those lines. Because this game, it just feels a lot similar compared to the second one, which is fine. I mean, there are going to be some new characters you get to play as every now and then, but that's about it. Bentley's gameplay looks a lot different because he's in a wheelchair. Because remember, at the end of the second one, he got smashed by the clockwork skull. So it broke his spine, so he's in a wheelchair now. Oh yeah, different job complete. I know I really hyped up the one from the second game. I liked the job complete graphic after the second game a lot more than this one and more than the first one. The first one was just the keys, but you know, I understand having to change some of that stuff. So this game really only has really graphical changes.
Easy. I just jump and hit the circle button.
Just like every other thing he does. Jump and hit the circle button. Jump and hit the circle button. Another thing they took out of this game, in comparison to the second one, there aren't any more clues. So there's no little bottles with clues in them. So no vaults for me to have to open and things like that. And the only way to 100% this game is by doing co-op as well, which I 100%ed it as a kid with my little brother, but now I'm not going to even try. I think you can only get to like 57%. Alright, look at that. We're already all done with the tutorial. So,
We're all done in here. Let's head outside and get this operation underway.
there we go. Well, guys, that's the intro to SLY 3. You know, it's just picking up a little bit after SLY 2. Bentley's obviously still in a wheelchair. We're going to go get 3 members of the team. One of which, or 3, or what is it? How many of them? 3, yeah. No, wait, no, we actually get 4. Not including Murray. We do get Murray, so at one point. But you'll see some familiar characters as well from the first 2 games, so that'll be nice to see. But that's going to be it for this one. Next video, we're going to be starting up a new episode called An Opera of Fear, so that way we can get introduced to some of our villains. But thank you guys so much for tuning into this. I know this is going to be a shorter video, less than 20 minutes. I mean, especially since the last one was over an hour long. But thank you so much for just tuning in. Once again, please hit that like and subscribe. It helps a lot more than you think. I'll catch you guys in the next one.